Hello, Alim Punchai.
Alan
You know,
Punchai, it's nice to see you as always. It's been way too long. And the real reason, Jorge, aside from just wanting to see you and say hi, the reason that we are asking you to come tonight is that I'm doing a theme every month. And last month was love. And this month is light. January was perseverance. So, Heather and I were putting our heads together 6 months ago when we were choosing the themes for each month. And when we got to March, it was just clear who we needed to have come and talk to us, because who knows the lake better than you? So what we're doing is we're using the 4 qualities of the light each week. So this week is clarity. And so we thought maybe you could teach the people who have not been with you to learn about the qualities of the light. If you could give us an overview. And before we do that, I just want to say to everybody once again that Jorge is a friend, a good friend, and a shaman from Peru. And he is very knowledgeable about the ancient Peru and the pre-Andean and Andean. It's hard to tell what's what sometimes, but he carries the wisdom with him, as especially because he was raised by Lake Titicaca, which is a sacred, powerful place. Transformations happen at Lake Titicaca. I can attest to that. And so without further ado, let us all greet and welcome Jorge Luis Delgado. Yay!
thank you very much. Thank you. You're always very generous with your words, my friend. I'm always so honored to share from our ancestors' wisdom. But in reality, the wisdom is only one and doesn't have time. I mean, the wisdom is from the past, is from the future, is from the life, because life comes from that light, and that light is wise. So everything in all life, in all our system, which is the solar system, the system of the light, we say, okay, the solar system is the system of love, is the system of the high frequency. Unfortunately, we have the tendency to be distracted by fear, okay? And we have very good excuses, to live in fear, to experience the blockages, to stay away from the light, from what we are. As we remember, one of the oldest prayers from our ancestors, I don't know if we talked about it when you came to Peru. I was making some research about the famous old prayers, looking in the different chronicles from the Spaniards, because there is not much recordings or notes from the Incas. And in 1575, somebody made some notes. So this is probably the oldest prayer, from the Incas. And it says, "Oh, Tixi Huiracochan, Kaya Huiracochan, Tocapu, Agnapu, Huiracochan, Kamak Churak, Karikachu, Warmikachu, Nis, Yutak, Rurak, Kamaskaiki, Churaskaiki, Kaisi, Kispilla, Kausamusa, Mai Pinkanki, Awapichu, Ukupichu, Puyupichu, Yantupichu." So this is Runasimi. But what I love the most is this first phrase that says, oh, great vital light that brings the codes of life. So, Illa Tixi is the light of the lights, the light that is the creator, the light that is divine, the light that is sacred, the light that is life, is alive. So from that light, from that essence, it comes the Inca wisdom. So we believe that light is love, is Munai, is Yankai, and is Yachai. The light is love. That light is in service, and that light is wise. But sometimes we want to be, okay, can you talk very, very clear which kind of light is that is love, and which one is service, and which one is wise? All the light is wise. The humans, as a children of the light, we are wise. Without practice, of course. We are distracted only with the mind beliefs. Even now, you know, people who is afraid of the waves of fear, that we take it. Even we believe we are not. I'm not afraid. So this is not real. This is fake. Whatever situation, it is just fear. When in reality, what is happening is really an opportunity for us to see the real self. That is the light we are. Sometimes we say, okay, you know, we organized this beautiful gathering at the Lake Titicaca, well, no, in Urubamba this time. And we say, okay, the ceremony we will do is gonna be to welcome the new you. And you know, when we've been doing the ceremony, some beautiful message came, and it was about really welcome the real you. You know, because we can have different perspective, what's new for each of us, but what is in essence is the real self. And that real self, as we feel those gifts of love, and as we embody that light, how we embody? Loving ourselves. How much practice we have about it? Oh, we will say yes, maybe not too much, but in reality, we spend our lives training our minds, not training the soul, not training the hearts, not training the inner sun. Well, of course, nowadays we start to do a little practice with different techniques, different modalities. Now people is more aware about, it's all about love. But it's still, we are divided in different kinds of different definitions. But really, what is the access? What is the key? We are always searching outside. Everything has to do with our own process. This life is really, in special this moment in the history, it is to experience our process in a deeper level. So everything we are experiencing is part of it. It's all about how we take it. With the inner sun, it's a different perception. than from just the mind where the ego lives. So today, in our world, we are experiencing, and we can see clearly, the lack of love. On the name of peace, we try to create the most sophisticated guns to kill each other. The name of peace, that's same to say is the name of love. I love my country, but really, is that love? How come, we can believe that? We believe in so many lies. The light of the new day is impacting in everything that doesn't have that consciousness. And we see, but we will keep seeing it until we really get it, until really we process the healing process, the harmonization process, the clarification process, the domestication or undomestication process. Because some energies we can domesticate, but the most important, if we talk about domestication, is to undomesticate ourselves. Mm-hmm. Until a point we see that we are wild. Some people say, wild? Oh, that must be dangerous. No, wild is beautiful. Wild, the wildness is peaceful. It is natural in the own spirit. It's real. It's not fake. It's not trying to be something else. It is what it is, in a way that is vibrating in the frequency from the roots. Only the humans, we have the tendency to do fake things. Okay? But the point is this. In this process of the light, the awakening, the expansion of the light, we have this great opportunity. At the beginning of the pandemic, remember, we had this little gathering, and we say, one of the interpretation of the elder was, we are in our homes to be in our own retreat. In our own retreat, that means to be in our own home, in our own heart. When we are in love, there is no fear. Fear disappears as we get in that essence, in that light. But that light is not only for the humans. That light is with all the expressions of life. So we start to remember we have a big family. We start to see the animals as something important we need to take care. The plants, but in reality, we are interdependent. It's so important, the energy of the animals as it is of the stone, as it is of the plants, and the humans. Everybody is important. Everybody brings a contribution of light. So that light that each of us, each expression of light brings is the same light of the Father Son. So that's why we believe the Father Son is a portal. The portal, the portal is to go in, to go out. This is the portal to share the life force energy. In this life, every creature of the Mother Earth, creatures of the Father Son, we do our function, like the organs in our body. Everybody's part of something special, a special function. Everybody, we have a cause. The cause is life, like the cells in our body. Everybody's agreed to keep this body alive, okay? Even they need to regenerate, but the same cause, playing in cycles, the same purpose, to keep alive the best life possible for the body. So even with all these situations, life is evolving. Our focus is too much in the heavy energies. We always can find good reason to be unhappy because this or because that, when in reality our focus should be how the new light is awakening in all the creatures. If we see how much wisdom now is around the stones, the crystals, if you search about stones in some kinds, colors, you will see so many kinds. I'm impressed. If you start to see the birds, oh, incredible. The animals, the plants, the medicines, everywhere. My brother, he's a study insects. How do you call the ones who study insects? Entomologist.
Yes.
Yes. And he made his doctor degree. And it was very funny. So he will ask me, okay, take me to some of your trips that's far away that people normally doesn't go. That's the tendency I do. You go to places where the tourist doesn't go. So I went to some places and he was checking some of the insects. And he discovered new species. And of course, we think we know, everything. Everybody knows everything, but we don't. And, he registered, and even one of the insects has my name. And he gave me as my gift, my birthday gift last year, the picture of an insect that I named Jorge Luis Delgado, something like that. It was so funny. So in the same way, we really don't know much. We don't know the incredible beings that each of us we are. How much we know about our all kinds of systems, how we are designed, how does it work, the nervous system, how does it work, the immune system, how is everything interconnected, and how these energies are love, are light that we are sharing with the plants, with the animals, with the stones, and of course with the Father Son, with all that potent impact in all the expressions of life.
Jorge,
So,
can I ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
Let's also, as you were talking, it made me think of this, that when you're talking about the light, you're talking about the light that we've all been experiencing for years. And there's a new quality of light, yes? Would you say?
Yeah, yes, of course. There is not only a new quality, there was always so many qualities. We don't take advantage of all the qualities. And we thought that we don't use all the neurons. We use a good amount of neurons. This thing is the state of consciousness about the light. You see? So when we talk about, for example, the qualities of the light, many times we talk about some, but we try to see it in colors. Well, it has colors, it has some special frequency, but there is something in the practical way for the process of transformation. We can start to go deeper, deeper, and deeper. Just what you mentioned, you mentioned first, clarity. Only with clarity, this period of time is about clarification. Clarification from where we come, what is our destiny, what we need to clarify. Clarifying our past, we think we are clarifying only our past. Then we've been clarifying the future. Of course, it's interconnected, because when we clarify the past, we change the perception of the future, okay? And of course, we can be more on the present. So how is the impact of this clarity? Doesn't have to do only in the history. It has to do with all our relations. It has to do with the consciousness in this moment in the beloved mother. So clarifying brings transparency. And this is the other quality of the Father Son. All these qualities of the light are qualities of the Father Son. So we have the same qualities too. So we are transparent. What does it mean to be transparent? It means to be honest with ourselves. Accepting that in life, everything is proportional. As we have a great gift in one hand, we have some weakness in the other hand. So the weakness could be in the human beings, in the mental body, in the emotional body, or in the physical body. In the old times, our ancestors used to see the ones with some weaknesses in the physical body as gifted, because people recognize. See, why they say it's gifted, It has only four fingers, or that doesn't have one arm or something, or has a half something. Because when somebody has some weakness, strong weakness, that means has a very potent gift. That gift, that sign in the body, it's a mark. Some people are struggling, with the energies, in the emotional body. Some people in the psychic, the energies that is not processed in these periods of the life, between the night and the day, there are kind of unqualified energies that impact in some people that we don't know. We don't know much, really. So, and besides that, when we don't know much and we believe that we know everything, and then we think that this is because I know exactly what's wrong here. We don't. So the point is that the weakness is there for you. It's not a punishment. It is a situation that opens you to your gifts, opens you the new portals. It brings you freedom. By some mysterious reason of the cosmos, that is something for humans. If we see in nature, the birds, the plants, the animals, most of it is in peace. Of course, we think that some people is fighting for food or something, but this is another interpretation. The point is this: everybody, we have the opportunity to keep expanding the consciousness, to keep nurturing the soul, to keep shining brighter the inner sun. So the weakness is the opportunity. And at the same time, we do, as we accept, we can face, we can heal, transform, we can domesticate. I was saying, we can do many things with this in the process of transformation from the heavy to love energies, to light energy. That's the real success. That is the real career, we can say, to be a children of the light, children of the sun. So when we clarify, of course, it's more easy to understand that we come from love, from deep love of Pachamama and Pachatata. And however we come from that deep love, we are the same frequency from the heart of the Divine Mother, Divine Father. But how we experience that if we don't love ourselves? We don't know, it's not possible. Of course, some people say only one miracle can open somebody, yes. But we are made of miracles, we're made of that love. So this kind of experience, the most important mission is to heal ourselves, that weakness, to heal the histories, to clarify the densities of the energies that doesn't come from love. How we do it? We clarify with the inner light. That's the most powerful light, because the inner light that's in our heart is the light of the Divine Mother, Divine Father. That's why we have the tendency to blow stones or blow petals or coca leaves, for offerings, but sending heavy energy. But also important to blow light for blessing. So clarifying, we can always accept these weaknesses. So we can always, if we accept the weakness, we are ready to clearly, openly accept the luminous body. And we accept that we are gifted. We have with us, we bring an important contribution to illuminate the new day. Everybody brings some gift, some talent. Everybody is unique in that way to manifest in this reality the cycle of the new light. Some people will call the new era the golden era. Some people will call the new Pachacuti the sixth sun. And all the traditions has different names, but it's more or less the same period of time. So we talk about the Pachacuti, when everything is upside down, it starts to reopen from the inner sun. And that's what we call the Wilcacuti, the return to sacredness, the return to the light, the return to divine, the return to the sun, the return to life as sacred. Every expression of life is sacred. So we can understand the other quality, that is the fulgurance. It's the ability to have always enthusiasm for life. In this experience, these last 2 years, we could see clearly that we could feel hopeless at some point when somebody passed away that we knew. We experienced life together, maybe some member of families. It is a situation that we can see the vulnerability of ourselves, but we can see also that even whatever we experience, if we come from the inner sun, we still keep hope for the most extraordinary day. It's all about where is our attention. Are we focusing in the weaknesses? Are we focusing in the heavy energies? Or our focus is in that light? That is the frequency that everybody is designed. Everybody is that. So we can experience the warmth. The children of the sun is warm, like the Father Sun. People is waiting for you because you bring warmth, good frequency. So this is the time when we start to see ourselves, how warm we are. We are positive, warm words, warm thoughts, cold words, negative thoughts. You know, it's interesting how our friends from the Thehmad Institute found that 90% of the human thoughts, it's negative. 90%. And you believe that, you know. So, and we believe 100% of our thoughts. So we believe in lies, okay? And we are still so attached to the night. So we're so attached to the mind. And we still believe that we are in a situation that it's hopeless. There's a lot of people feeling like that, but you will see people also connecting with the inner sun and see, feel, experience. Some people say, how you do that? So, I'm in the city, but I don't know. A nice place. Nature brings you back to the nature. Mother Earth, Father Sun. Everything that comes, or it was created with the heart, brings you that frequency. So everything that we eat that has ahayu, it has soul, you know, natural products, it brings you that frequency. It is so much just watching the bird, just walking by the beach. You know, there is not sad people by the beach, you know. There is no children it's unhappy. All the children are so great, so joyful. Where are those children? You know, the water, the Mother Earth, the ions, the negative ions, balancing, harmonizing, even without noticing. But if we put intent and if we ask the mother to pull out the energies we don't know from where does it come, we start to get our nature in balance. So we start to feel, to speak, to think, you know, in a positive way. But not only about the situation, but about yourself, which is the beginning. To be a children of the light means that you have warm conversations with yourself. You share the affection with yourself. You know, another word for love besides munai is kuyai. Kuyai is the love, but the affection. It's warm, you know. The munai is more creative. It's the will of love, the power of that energy. But this other aspect is the kuyai. I love you in a way that it is so warm. So you are describing the light in action. And that light is wise. And you start to see that all the cold word you use with yourself, like the famous not good enough, it's just the mind. In this reality, with the Mother Earth and the Father Sun, this reality is really always more generous than our thoughts. Always. We think we are right. Absolutely, because we convince ourselves. You know, the longest conversations we have is with ourselves. And we talk so much about how bad is everything. In the negativity, we always can say that everything is wrong. So it is important for us to remember, you know, how warm is our words with ourselves. And even that the information is maybe correct. Something terrible is happening, okay? You always trust. The light is stronger than anything. It's powerful than anything. The light of the Divine Mother, Divine Father, is with us and always is. Not only protecting, the best protection is the love. That's why to protect ourselves every day, we have to remember that light inside. So we see that the warm words always come from the heart and always are the truth. Even that we think we are exaggerating, is the truth. It's always correct, always wise. Light is wise. Everybody's wise. The only thing is you have to come from the heart. So then we understand about the brightness, the other quality of the light, the brightness of the soul, the brightness of the heart. So we are here to bring that brightness. Just connecting the telephone to the battery, maybe it's slow. So the brightness of the soul, the brightness of the heart, it is really what brings to be centered, to bring justice, to bring harmony. Because there doesn't have to be rationality. Doesn't have to be fair at some point. Need to be flexible. Everything to bring the light, that peace, that harmony. The cost to interrupt that light is too much. Not only for the human beings, it's for all the creatures. To bring harmony is priceless. To bring that connection with the soul and with the heart is in each of us, is our choice. That is our contribution to the world. We are not fixing the world outside, we start with ourselves. That is the brightness of the soul. And naturally, you are harmonizing the family and the 7 relations. Love, service, and wisdom with the Mother Earth. First relation. Second relation with the Father Son. Third relation with the blood family. Give us the opportunity to understand love as many faces, many facets. Its flexibility, its generosity is to be present. It is so much that everything we think that's not fair is the unexpected. Just take it in your heart and you will see how we transform our lives. But to do it, we had to use the power of our own light. Family is an important portal. Sometimes we want to have a special connection with the space brothers when we don't have the special connection with our own family. It's important to harmonize until a point that we see that that is a blessing to expand that light. Same way, the neighbors on the left side. We located the left side just to remember. So we have the 4 directions and under, inner world, the mother, upper world, the father. On the right side, the family, the left side, the neighbors. In front is the past. Behind is the future. We don't see it yet. But it's all about how we deal with the past, how we clarify the past. If we don't clarify, if we don't let it go, if we don't trust in the light, we will not let it go. Because if we try it in the light, we love. And we love, and that love brings us to our nature, our design. The high frequency is love. So all our relations is a great opportunity to expand love. So then we really understand that the quality of the light is to bring illumination, to illuminate our paths, to illuminate the new world. Everybody, as a ray of the sun, we are here to illuminate the new world. And everybody has a special contribution, a special gift to bring that new day, the new world. It is really, it's our choice. How new, how beautiful we are anchoring that light. So I'm just connecting this cables. Okay. So we have this great opportunity to experience in this lifetime the qualities of the Father Son. If we keep going, depending the language, we will see many words we use often. Like in Spanish, we have solidaridad, solidarity. Sol is the sun, solidario, sol, the sun, every day. Solidario, a daily sun. The daily sun, it is in each heart. Our soul purpose, sometimes it's a mystery. One of the eldest one was telling me, you know very well, what is your soul purpose? Your soul purpose is to be solidario, just to be the sun every day. So what does it mean? It's to be clear, transparent, warm, luminous, bright, full good and enthusiast for life. You are doing it beautifully. Besides that, as a unique gift, you anchor in this reality shows up without resistance. And suddenly you see that it was some process. And suddenly the gift show up. It was always there. It's always there. So the qualities of the light has to do with our relations. It's not only about, to have a very good information about the light and the qualities. It's really about to embody it. And that is what is the most important, how we embody light. We embody light by loving ourselves, by accepting the inner wisdom, and by opening ourselves to the service. But opening to the service is not about what in some religions talks about service. It's really about how we are opening, we are flexible, how we are anchoring this new world, how we are connecting with all the expressions of light in this world. So we have a great opportunity. Praying is good. All the sacred ways, meditation, rituals, ceremonies, reading good books, high frequency, music, dance, but everything we do every day that comes from the heart, that's a way. But not only, some specific days, every day. Coming from that light is the way how we anchor that love, service, and wisdom. Sometimes we think we have to do something to somebody. No, it is about feeling that frequency, the enthusiasm for life, the enthusiasm for peace, the enthusiasm for harmony with all the creatures, not only the humans, with all the creatures. When there is a war, we think about in the humans, but we forgot about the animals. We forgot about all the other creatures. They suffer so much in the kind of violence the humans we bring to this world. But in the same way, we have the ability to create great waves of refined energies. And how we do that? One of the ways, my friend will say, waving intent. Huh? I always remember that waving with intent, it is just a magical way. Of course, some people doesn't believe in magic, so they say, okay, maybe not, maybe this way. But the ways that you trust. I trust in waving. Okay.
Okay.
So, in reality, this world is asking us, to each of us, to bring sacredness to our life. If we understand that sacredness is love, that stop all the wars, that stop the disharmony, because nobody will accept, that from that love we can create all that violence. In love, there isn't such a thing. In love, there isn't disharmony with health issues. In love, there is a different consciousness. It's not really about the system. It's not about the economy. It is not about the cultures. It is not about the geology. It is not about the lack of water or whatever the global warming. No, it is about the consciousness. It's about that light we are talking about. That light that is love, that is in service, and it's wise. It's so simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
For our ancestors, what is it? It's Mune Yanka Yacha. Oh, well, probably it's part of a prayer. But that's the reality. That's the real thing. Love, service, and wisdom. Of course, we need to clarify a little bit more about what is really service. What is wisdom? We are one. And when we say that, you are wise. Because you understand you are one with the Mother Earth. You are one with the Father Son. That is the Tukui Yachainio, the one who gets a higher level of consciousness of the light. Everybody is that. Every cell is wise. Every cell is light. So it knows exactly what to do for life. And everybody's playing for life. We're in the same team.
It's so wonderful to hear you explaining things that I've heard you explain many times now, and it still inspires. It still just lifts me up, just so beautifully. And this is a lot that you've just given us, and it's exactly what I was hoping you would give us. Oh God, I just feel so great talking to you. And I wanted everybody to make sure to look at the video demonstrating his solar practice. It's very clear and really quite simple. And most of you know that I've also talked a lot about waving with the sun. So you can combine these practices because they actually go hand in hand. You can open your arms like that and listen to what Jorge says in the video, and you can run an infinity from your heart to the sun any way that you feel it wants to be done. There's no prescription. It's just the idea of hooking up, in consciously hooking up. And I usually say, I have say hello to the sun. And then I say, thank you for another light-filled, life-filled day. And that's my acknowledgement that, I'm here in this morning with the sun, with my primary source, life source, as Jorge is so beautifully described. And if you do that for really not very long, like sometimes it happens in less than a minute, there will be a growth of intensity. Your eyes are closed, but you'll feel the light brighten because there is a connection, there is a communication, there is a hookup, and you'll feel it. You'll be aware of it. This has happened to me, whether it's cloudy or not a cloud in the sky, and it's very dependable. So, especially as we are still in the Northern Hemisphere, still in the end pieces of winter and desperately in need of light infusions, I recommend this for everyone. Okay, so let's see. Are there questions for Jorge at all from this beautiful audience? Yes, Mary Pat.
If it's a very, very cold day, is it all right viewing the sun and doing it through a window?
Yes, of course. Even, some people live like in New York. Some of my friends, they never see the sun, they say. So one of my friends, what she did is she painted in one of the walls that is in the east direction, painted a sunrise. So every time she awakes, leaves the body and open the arms, just close the eye and see that light in the heart. The Father Sun is always there. Your inner sun is always there. We can see the Father Sun. So it is the inspiration, whatever you feel from the Father Sun. But as much you experience your inner sun, you are experiencing love. But after all, that connection will be pulling you to the areas where you can experience the sun directly, because that is a healthy way. Of course, in the mind, sometimes we think, it's not going to happen because the way of life is like this, like that, many histories, many good excuses, the negativity could arrive. But if you're vibrating in that, high frequency, everything in life is possible. Everything, with no doubt, because whatever is your dream, the intent you put in the hands of the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, is really what you get, and you feel it. One of the reasons why the Incas choose the highlands, that is not necessarily warm all the year, in the winter it's cold, but still it's not too cold because we are used to these temperatures. And besides that, when we connect with the Father Sun, it's a natural joy comes, and we are used to it. So they choose the highlands because in the highlands we will see the Father Sun every day. It's not the same in the coast, it's not the same in Lima, but it's not the same in the jungle. So the connection with the Father Sun, directly or visualizing, but it's all about that light. But suddenly when you have opportunities to go to nature, to go, it's about what is your priority? Because many friends told me, it's easy for you because you live in the countryside or whatever. Oh yeah, but I choose that. I mean, I put my priorities. What is the priority? Sometimes I don't have time. I don't have time. That means I don't have life. So why my life is like this or like that? How is going to be my life? I am really alive from experiencing life from my heart. Is I am connected with my soul, or I am just surviving in the new ways. We are talking about the Taripai Pacha, the time to find yourself. When we find our true self, the real self, okay, the authentic self, some people call Don Miguel says the authentic self. So, you know, we start to feel that the real self, it is the light, the children of the light. And these children of the light understands from the soul, from the heart, that we are designed to vibrate higher, higher, and higher. And as much we do that, we are bringing the contribution to the world. It's more joy, more freedom, more harmony, more peace.
Beautiful. And, you know, I don't think I've told you this, but at the beginning of the lockdowns, I was trying to figure out what I could contribute to anyone, you know. And that, so I started to have Monday night meditations. And in the beginning, they were some of my meditations that I've already done. And then they started to sort of expand. And well, then they really took a shift. And eventually, we found out that we have this beautiful group of light beings working with us called the Thehmad. And what they do is they're these beautiful universal beings, and they go where there are groups of people who are looking to evolve and spiritually, you know, raise this vibration and be the beacons, right, for the new earth. So they come every Monday and they deliver these incredible experiences. I have no idea what's going to happen when I sit down, and I don't know. I don't know a thing. And then it just comes out of my mouth, but I'm seeing it and we're all experiencing it at the same time. And I'm telling you, it's like we get a light bath every week, high quality. And I wouldn't think it was anything except that afterwards, and it's not just me, we all feel like we've had something profound happen. So I don't know much. I don't know anything else about the Thehmad, but they have been steadily encouraging us, and very much along the lines of what you've talked about, uh, bringing us along. It's been incredible. Anyway, I thought I would let you know.
Thank you for sharing. Well, you know, it's so good to hear that the signs, the messages are coming from different directions. You know, once Don Miguel Ruiz invited me to visit him in San Diego, you know, and he was not there, and he was in Las Vegas that time. So I went to Las Vegas, you know, because his son was studying there by some reason. So he says, come to Las Vegas. Well, I went. I never expect to go to Las Vegas for a spiritual purpose, you know. So I went to visit my friend, and I asked him, well, I said, where have you been? You know, he was in coma for almost 3 months. Huh? And he says, you know, I was with the masters. And what's going on? What's the news? And he says, everybody is working to return divine to return divinity in each of us.
Mm.
That was, that kind of message we want to see. Wow, I think what we are experiencing is right. And the messages like you are sharing, it's so important to share, to remember each other,
Mhm.
that it's happening. This process was a legend. I mean, it was a prophecy in many cultures.
Mhm.
When they say there will be a time, when it will be a Pachacuti, it will be a Wilcacuti, when there will be a new sun, the sixth sun, or, the new era, or in all the traditions, everybody will talk about something like this. I mean, not exactly, everybody has different picture, the process of the ascension, the process of the illumination, the process of awakening, the process of Wilcacuti, the return to sacred life as sacred.
I just love it so much. It's and what every time that I hear this, I get a deeper level of it, and just the attention to the smallest things, the thoughts that we're having, the words that we're using and writing and speaking, um, bringing us just into that more and more momentary awareness, and the choices that we have in every single moment. And this is one of the things that I love about what you share with us, because it's big, it's divine, but it's so in our earth, in our world, in our daily lives. And I like the way that it comes down to that. You make it easy for it to come into that. So I hope that everybody has um, taken that away tonight. And Jorge, I have to ask you a question. I know you're going to Egypt.
But yeah,
And have you been before?
in other lives.
Aha. Well, I'm very curious. I hope that you will, at some point when you return, if you will call me, because the connection between the sun worshiping, sun understanding cultures. I can't wait to hear your feelings on that, your observations.
There is a big wave of solar energy, the solar consciousness. Many of the cultures of the ancient cultures is so connected with the sun, with the father sun.
Yeah.
But then we forgot. We are distracted with some other aspects. But it's so clear. The sun has to do with the light. It's all about the light.
Yeah.
Of course, some people say, no, now it has to be more feminine. And well, the mother, okay, the mother is so important. And today is the International Day of the Mother. So our gratitude. All the feminine presence in the world that really is a manifestation of the Divine Mother in this earth. So it is so important for us in this period of time to bring, to download the energies, the new energies, the new cycle energies, the new light. There is only one light. We say it's love, service, and wisdom. But as you know, of frequencies, all those power places in the world are really like that, to anchor, to tie in this world the frequencies that it help us our process in this beautiful life. So in the solar cultures, it is happening a big wave. But it is not so much with the mind. I wanted to go a long time ago. Many people invite me to go, but I was busy. I was this. There are many things happen. But this time, I said I would like to go. I would like to go this year, for this year, 2022. And somebody called me and says, my friend, let's go. We need you to be the guide for the ceremonies. We will be with an Egyptologist, okay? An expert of Egypt. So I will be guiding the ceremonies, the solar practices, the ways how we deal with the energy. And with your permission, I probably will be doing some waving, of course.
Please wave away. Wave away. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So then in July, we are going to Mexico. Okay. And then I think in October, November, we are going to Patagonia.
Oh, wow.
The connection with the Atlantean, Lemurian. There is, there are so many energies that only we understand in the soul level.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Somebody put a message saying if I can talk a little bit more about the physical body, it's in all the bodies, of course, it's important, to pay attention how we are dealing with our. First of all, we have to know about bodies. It's so important. How come we can ignore? How does it work? We know so many things in the technology sometimes, which is not bad, but priorities nowadays to know our bodies, what we need. Even I was very much in whatever, I like the ceremonies, but for the physical body, not so much, paying too much attention in what I eat, okay? How I rest. So it's all about how you take it with the inner sun or it's just the mind, because there is many habits, many traditions we pick up from the fast way of life. Okay. Oh, I want to be busy. I want to be, suddenly we forgot really to take care of ourselves, take care of our physical body, probably in all these ways to love ourselves is so vital. Because, there is two vitalities. In the physical body is the vitality of the causa y pacha. And in the soul, the spirit has to do with the kamai or kamak vitality, which is the cosmic vitality that doesn't disappear when we die. That is the eternal ray of light in each of us. So it is important to harmonize in the physical body, mental body, emotional body. The spiritual body is harmonized. The thing is to interconnect strongly. Okay, I hope, my friend, you come soon to Peru. We miss you here in Peru.
I tell you what, I wish I could sprout wings because I would be there in a heartbeat. I miss it very much, and I hope your family is well. And please give my very best to everybody. And hopefully, maybe next year we'll be coming down again. Not this year, but hopefully next.
Very good. Very good, right, my friend. I wish you the best, and to Pananchis Kama. Very good. Very
all right.
Good.
Many thanks, Jorge. And safe travels, and call me at some point after Egypt.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mwah. Much love, much love. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for coming tonight and just sharing this beautiful message with Jorge. Let's go beam on, folks. Feed the beacons.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
No.
Thank you.